You're a few months younger.
21 months younger.
And you grew up in an environment of Jehovah's Witness.
Yes. No, it was a 4-room school. It was all 6 grades, but I think there was only 4 rooms, I believe. It was a rather small school, but not a 1-room school.
Were you in a different classroom than Gaithy?
No, we were in the same class. When I was 5, I was home by myself and I got real lonely, so Mom started me to school the same year that Gaithy started, so we were in the same class.
So together you sat and together you chose not to salute the flag?
Correct.
And together you would leave?
Right.
And go home?
That made it easier, I'm sure. If we'd have been in separate classes and maybe had to deal with different teachers and things, it might have been a little more difficult, but I'm sure that made it simpler and easier for both of us that we were together. I was real glad that we were.
Yeah. Because you are a Barnett, and obviously the case is named Barnett, has that given you any sort of, this is going to be the wrong term, sort of celebrity?
In fact, when people really get on the subject, if you feel like, I don't want to be the center of attraction. This is not about us. It's about Jehovah's worship. So, but yeah, people they'll come up and ask you, "Oh, you're in the Proclaimer's book. Which one are you?" and ask us about it. But and of course, it makes you feel proud that you're in there and that you've stood up and showed that you do stand for, but no celebrity, no. It means that we are proud of what we are. We're proud of our beliefs. We stand up for them no matter what. And just like Jehovah's Witnesses the world over have been persecuted for the fact that they are witnesses. And of course, I don't really feel that we were persecuted, but we had the backbone, the beliefs, the faith to stand up for what we believed. And it's carried over the years. We're still here. We're still members of the congregation. So we're very proud of that fact. I am. That we are. That our faith is that strong.
There was an editorial in the Charleston Gazette, May 15th, 2003. United States Supreme Court Justice Jackson, and it went on to state, referring to your case, if there's any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion, or force citizens to confess by work or act their faith therein. Compulsory unification of opinion achieves only the unanimity of the graveyard. Freedom to differ is not limited to things that do not matter much. That would be a mere shadow of freedom. The test of its substance is the right to differ as to things that touch the heart of the existing order. And finally, one's right to life, liberty, and property, to free speech, a free press, freedom of worship and assembly, and other fundamental rights may not be submitted to vote. They depend upon the outcome of no elections. And these are Justice Jackson's words. The decision of your flag salute case came down on Flag Day.
Yes, Flag Day, June 14th.
Anybody ever explain, I assume that wasn't pure coincidence. What was their reaction to this case?
Well, just like Gaithy's children, they all knew about it. They were instructed as far as the flag salute before they went to school, and of course they had read about it, or we had told them about it, and it was they all felt the same way that we did when we went to school, that wasn't a thing to do, and they all did as we did. They stood up when the flag salute was given, but did not participate.
Physically, what happened for you when they said, please rise and we're going to pledge allegiance to the flag? What did you do?
Just stand up.
Just stand up.
Show respect.
Okay.
And but you just stand with your hands to your side. And
okay. What was your dad's reaction to this? I mean, here your dad literally kind of pushed the envelope regarding the suit, and
he was very staunch in his beliefs, and of course he I remember when he had to go to the JP court. That to him, that was just part of it. It was just part of being of his belief and being a witness. And a few years later, he was even arrested for being out in ministry work one Sunday. And to him, it was no big deal.
He was arrested twice, wasn't he? Picked up off the street one time when the magazine worked. The other time we was with him.
Yeah, the other
They
time
took
we
him to
were in
jail and left us sitting.
we were in the door-to-door work, and some woman took his whatever he had. I think it was a petition we were trying to get signed at the time.
Get assembly back in
Columbus. Yeah, they canceled the one in Columbus, and they were passing out a petition because that's where we would have gone. And she took his paper and took it inside, and he said, I knew that's what she was doing, but he wasn't going to leave without his papers. So they took him to jail, and several hours later, we were at the car, and police came by and told us they had Dad up at the jail, and we went to Dr. Boggs, who was one of the older men of the congregation at that time. We went to his office uptown, and he went down and got him out. To Daddy, it was no big deal, just part of whatever he had to do, what it was part of his beliefs, his life. Daddy was kind of a easygoing person. Things didn't bother him too much. That's what it had to be. It had to be. He didn't.
But he was strong in his faith when he was sick.
Absolutely.
Couldn't do nothing. When he was bedfast last few months of his life, he told me one time, he said, you know what I miss most of anything? And I said, no. He said, going to meetings and out in the service. He said, I wish I could. I said, well, Daddy, you know, Jehovah knows your heart.
That's right.
So he was strong to the end.
Oh, absolutely. And so was Mom.
Yeah, Mom was.
Mom was just a quieter person. She was a very reserved type person, wasn't outspoken like Daddy was, but she was also staunch in her beliefs right to the end. So.
What is the legacy? I asked your sister that. What's the legacy of West Virginia versus Barnett?
Freedom to choose whether you want to salute the flag for all children, not just, and I'm sure there are other religions who don't salute the flag, and they also have that freedom of choice, and that's the legacy of that case. It was decided that children didn't have to if they don't want to, so they do have that choice now.
Shocked that today, 60 years later, people still talk about it?
Yes. Very surprised that people still want to know so much about it even after all this time.
That a guy from Jamestown, New York would come down here just to be glad to meet you folks, yeah.